I had purchased a secluded cabin in the mountains years ago, a quiet retreat for weekends and holidays. It was tucked deep in a forested area, far from prying eyes. The only problem was Karen, the notorious HOA president, who believed she had the power to micromanage everyone, and apparently thought my cabin was her property. One morning, I received a bizarre letter from the HOA. Karen had assigned my cabin to her son, claiming some obscure clause in the community bylaws gave her authority over unoccupied or undeveloped properties. According to the letter, her son could move in immediately, and any attempt to stop him would be a violation of HOA rules. I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke, but then I realized she might actually try it. Within a week, I saw a moving van parked outside my cabin, and Karen herself standing there, grinning, clipboard in hand. "Karen," I said calmly as I approached, "what exactly are you doing here?" "This cabin belongs to the HOA," she said confidently, "and I've legally transferred it to my son." "You're trespassing." I tilted my head, smiling. "Oh, Karen, you don't realize the full scope of this property, do you?" Her grin faltered. "What do you mean?" I reached into my pocket and pulled out a badge. "This cabin is FBI property. I acquired it for official purposes years ago. That means you just attempted to occupy federal property without authorization. Do you understand the severity of that?" Her face went pale. I didn't know," she stammered. I waved my hand toward the van. "Your son is welcome to leave peacefully, or I can have this situation escalated. Since you've attempted an illegal occupation, the authorities now have a vested interest. You have exactly 5 minutes to vacate, or things will get uncomfortable." Karen froze. She had always relied on fear and intimidation to enforce HOA rules, but now she was powerless. Every tactic she had used, letters, fines, threats, meant nothing against federal jurisdiction. The realization hit her. The cabin she tried to give to her son was untouchable. Within minutes, Karen and her son had fled the property, muttering about technicalities and misunderstandings. The moving van drove off, and I watched from the porch, satisfied but amused. The cabin was secure, the forest quiet again, and Karen's attempt to assert control had failed spectacularly. Over the next few weeks, neighbors whispered about the incident, spreading the story of the HOA president who tried to transfer federal property like it was a game of Monopoly. Karen's reputation as a neighborhood tyrant was cemented, but now with the added humiliation of federal overreach proving her powerless. The lesson was clear. Authority has limits, and overreach can backfire in ways you never anticipate. Karen learned the hard way that trying to commandeer a cabin for her son, without understanding who truly owned it, could lead to consequences far beyond HOA fines. From that day on, the cabin remained mine, secure, private, and untouchable, while Karen was left to stew in her own ambitions, powerless against a law she didn't understand and a property she couldn't control.